It's the NFL on EA Sports. And center stage belongs to Matthew Stafford. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Rams and the Vikings on Thursday night primetime.
From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt here with you once again. Is this week going to be a step in the right direction for one of our teams we've got, Brock, both of whom haven't played the type of ball early in the season that they want, both coming into this one below 500.
And you and I both know we're not math majors, but we do know this. You stay below 500 in this league, well, you're going to be headed to the top of next spring's NFL draft order. We're not to that point yet, but whoever comes out short.
Just about halfway through the season now. Still a lot of ball to be played as we're off in Week 8. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. So here come the Vikings taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, the 10th pick of the draft coming off that national championship in Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1 picking up the loss, but he was 0-1. One pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week, and neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
It's the pickup for 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 42. As a man, Justin Jefferson. A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Michigan. That gets them a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
He's going to push one deep down the... His first throw is an interception. Picked off by Tre'Davious White. And the Vikings are off to a great start defensively. They forced a turnover on the opening possession. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty.
That penalty is declined.
They've got a man in motion. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. He fires one deep down the middle. And he nearly gave it away to start this game. Almost an interception, but instead, a gift. They get it back for 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Off the mark there, incomplete pass. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it's going to be Vikings football. 1st and 10 from the 41. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Headed out right. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. They bring Thomas in motion. McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So the LA offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Stafford now on 1st down. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. And first carry now for Kyron Williams. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Harrison Smith in on the stop. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Stafford from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Straight ahead with Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second and 3 now. Another run for Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. They fake the handoff now, Stafford. Ooh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Vikings are going to take over from deep in their own side. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right, you just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Running it after the penalty. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They'll run here, following the penalty. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackle made by Cameron Curl.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
On 3rd and long, it's McCarthy. And that will not be enough for a first down.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. So no return on that punt. And the Rams will take possession. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Stafford to throw again on 2nd. Breaks free in the center of the field. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And it brings up an LA first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. The pass is incomplete, but hold on here. We've got a flag on the field. Here's the call.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up.
Still first down.
So after the 5 yards are marched off, here's 1st and 15. They go with Williams on the counter. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. He'll take 5 on the carry. That gets him back to even. 2nd and 10 now.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They stay on the ground with Williams. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Shaq Griffin finishing that play off. Vikings defense countering with a nickel look. 3rd down coming. Here's Stafford. Stays in the pocket. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
A 44-yard attempt.
Slide's kick is up and good. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Vikings now set to take the field. And coming off a 3 and out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground. On that scoreboard here. 1st and 10, here's McCarthy. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Now it's McCarthy. Dumps it off to his running back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
They steal the frequency on those opposing headsets. Somebody reading lips or steal a signal from the opposing sideline, Kate, because somehow this defense knew what was coming. They broke on that screen. It was incredible. What a stop.
And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Nothing for them there. Maybe 1 yard. That's going to be 4th down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt, and it'll be their football. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. They're still on a skid, up to 6 straight losses now, Brock, but things may finally be looking up. They've got the lead here. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
38-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 38. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. 3rd and just 2 to go.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Stafford back to throw. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And now they're left with 4th and short. Ethan Evans back out there. They're going to punt it away again. One of the league's best return men, Jamal Agnew, back deep. That's taken at the 15. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Has the connection to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Trying to find Justin Jefferson. And that makes it 3rd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On play action now, McCarthy. He throws a bullet deep to the... It's another 1st half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Tre'Davious White. And the Rams take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Rams headed out to the field now. They'll get it right at midfield following the INT. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Stafford now. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot. Now that is a potential drive killer. Defenders all over that one and kept him from getting vertical after the catch.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Back to throw here, Stafford. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Tight end going in motion here. Now Stafford again. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fights deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. The Vikings offense back to the field now. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. Slot man motioned over. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. They give to Jones, right side. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Jones once more. Escapes a defender. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. Following the play, one of the Vikings in some distress as they hurry the medical staff out to look at him. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10, here's Jones. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Some movement there before the snap, right side of the line. This is going to back them up.
Ball start. Offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Here we go, 2nd and very long. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. And the Rams add a man to the secondary. We've got 5 in the nickel, 3rd down. McCarthy to throw it. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they're going to take over possession. Stafford now on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
That's taken in by Cup. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Stafford from the gun. That's a reception for Tyler Higbee. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Second and a yard at the 47-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. He's got the hook up to Atwell. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That's good for Rams. First down.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And he works his way for a gain of 4. We'll pause now for an injured player, and it looks like he's worse for wear after handling that last carry. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 37. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
Stafford now against a blitz. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they are unable to double their lead.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
From the gun, Jones gets it. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. It's Jones on the toss. And he pushes it further into the red zone, down inside the 15. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, McCarthy. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Throwing on 3rd, McCarthy. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Smith able to put it through. And we're all tied up now in the 1st half.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Ronnie Rivers now on the return. Duke the defender. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. The Rams set to go on offense once more. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. They'll run here with Blake Corum. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. It's picked out by the Vikings, going the other way. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
1st and 10, here's McCarthy. Jones reels it in. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now a give to Jones. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. McCarthy throwing here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? They chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. And it's out of bounds without a whole lot of room for error. He hit it well. They're saying it's out at the 4. The Rams and Blake Corum ready to begin another drive. And they couldn't be backed up much further, Brock. A safety, really the only concern as they take possession here inside their 5-yard line. They'll start on the ground, Corum. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Jonathan Bullard with the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Man in motion here. They fake the handoff, now Stafford. Cup on the catch. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. And they send a man in motion. They're going to run on 1st down with Corum. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing now, Stafford. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Throwing is Stafford on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down around the 34.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and 5. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Putting a receiver in motion. Stafford now on 3rd down. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. Now, I think they're going to have to stop things here. Yep, and they just did. One of the Rams is hurt, is going to need some help out there.
Field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Jones trying the left side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
It's the pickup for 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 36. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he fires this one, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Rams and receiver Cooper Kupp taking the field once again. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. He'll get this to Kupp. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
Corum straight ahead. Jukes one defender. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. That run good for a gain of 2, and just like that, we've hit our 2-minute warning. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled for a short gain. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. Ethan Evans on now to punt. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. No return on that punt. And it's going to be Vikings football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Trying to find Justin Jefferson. So it's 2nd down coming up. McCarthy looking to throw. He beams one, deep right side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. Starts the return at the 34. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. On 1st down, here's Stafford. A throw right side, finds Kupp. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing from the gun here. Complete, it's Atwell. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
2nd and 2 at the 39-yard line.
Stafford from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now Stafford again. That one's complete, right side. And they bring him down around the 34. All set up now for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Stafford. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Back to the air we go on 2nd. Stafford. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 4th and long. Joshua Carty out for the Rams field goal try. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll double their lead to 6. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. He's back to throw. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. A final throw before the break. Throwing for the end zone. That throw behind his intended target. That is the halfway point here on Thursday night. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll square off with the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the Buffalo Bills. And then on Sunday night, the national audience in for a treat. They've got a good one lined up between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. These two teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. On the return, here comes Rivers. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Stafford. It is caught left side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's good for our Rams. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Stafford. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Feels Griffin there defensively.
Stafford now. To the left and pulled in by Cup. And he gets him around 6 there. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. This one taken in by Corum.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
They'll run here on 1st down. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Now McCarthy. The screen pass falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he drives it up past the 45. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Staying on the ground with Jones. And he's brought down for a loss.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. That's caught for the 1st. And he runs out of bounds at the opposing 45. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
First down.
Running right, this is Jones. And they had that one contained right at the line. Tre'Davious White there on the stop. Now we'll get a pause for an injured player. That's Aaron Jones, the man in question, and some obvious discomfort as he gets looked at. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. On play action now, McCarthy. Flushed out of the pocket. He can run it.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it, he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the 1st down.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. They give it to him again. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 13. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the Rams' 13-yard line.
Receiver in motion, going left. Running for the marker on 2nd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
We're trying to find Justin Jefferson. And 4th and 4 coming up.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Smith able to put it through. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Rams and Matthew Stafford set to go back on offense. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Stafford now on 1st down. He's got the hook up to Atwell. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
And the Rams, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. He goes back to him yet again, complete. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line. Back to the line they go, it's 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Corum. Oh, the football's loose. It's picked out by the Vikings, going the other way.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up what's ever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
The Vikings taking the field on offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, they'll run. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He's got a gain of 6 there. Jared Verse on the tackle. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Back-to-back carries here. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Another carry for him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Flush down out to his left. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
2nd and goal, back to all the way up to the 14 here. He gets it headed right. And they're going to bring him down after he drives it down to the 7. It's a 7-yard pickup, but still a ways away for 3rd and goal. McCarthy looking to throw. Chased out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Kate, I totally get it. Could take a little more risk knowing a field goal's in the back pocket, but still, that is so disappointing offensively. Not even able to get the throw off and give yourself a chance at a touchdown.
Smith able to put it through. And that will tie things up in the 3rd. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. And after that last-second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. On the return, here comes Rivers. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And while we watch these replays from the booth partner, he's probably remembering these plays from the coach's doghouse, you think? Yeah, coughed up the football multiple times, turned it over. We'll see if they continue giving it to him or if they call it a game for him at this point. They'll start on the ground, Corum. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 37. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
It's complete to Whittington. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Now Stafford to throw. Another turnover, this time it's an interception. And forget the interception, he makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Yeah, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings break that tie and now lead by 7.
Rams 9.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. On the return, here comes Rivers. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Out come the Rams on offense. Well, we all know at this point, turnovers the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood in the water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Stafford from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Into traffic. Complete. Give him 3 on that game. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st down, here's Stafford. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. So that brings up 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
Give to Williams from the gun. And second verse, same as the first. He's bottled up at the line of scrimmage. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Stafford. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And that one comes down at the 2 before bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And things are looking good to snap that 3-game losing streak that they came in on, Brock. They've got the lead here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They've got a man in motion. Play action on 1st down. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll try and run this. And just how they teach you. He gets a chunk of yards and slides down at the end to protect himself. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Motioning him from the slot right. They'll run now on 2nd down. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. McCarthy to throw it. Cut by Hunt. Breaks the tackle, still going. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch made here at the 30. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Got to be 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Throwing the out route complete. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still second down.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. They fake the handoff now. Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, you'll often hear me talk about setting an edge. Well, think of it this way as well, especially with a bootleg. You want to be like the jaws of a defense. You want to just keep him inside. Get those jaws a-closing, and there's no escape valve for the QB then.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And it'll be their football. Another drive coming up for this offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They'll run here on first down. And he's able to push this ahead to around the 27. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to the well again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. So no return on that punt. And the Rams will take possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Stafford. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. So 2nd down coming up. Here's Stafford. Has him on the quick hitter. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, looks like the 30. And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. He's back to throw. Got Williams, and it's complete. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now Stafford again. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And now it's 2nd down. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And this one doesn't go far. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Back to throw it. Here's pressure, and he's dropped by the Vikings. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
The Rams are set to punt. Ethan Evans, the one to kick it away. Punt meets him at the 28. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. They bring Thomas in motion. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And he's brought down for a loss. It's the 2-minute warning here in LA. Vikings feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Looking to throw. Getting out to his left. Oh, he loses the football. Picked up by the Rams. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So the defense decides to decline the penalty. Setting up to pass. That one's incomplete over the middle. Looking for the back that time. And now they face 2nd down. Here he is to throw. He's got the hook up to Atwell. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
Here he is to throw. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. We'll pause for the injured player, and oof, not who you want to see banged up. It's Michael Thomas who's hurt, and we've seen him miss some time before. Hopefully that's not the case here. Man in motion here. The give here on 2nd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback try and power for it. And he tried to power it forward, but I don't think he got it. The Vikings getting their punt team out. Ryan Wright's the one to send it away. Somebody give this guy a break as he sends his 10th punt away. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
Well, that window was open down the field, but this league is so fast. And these defenders, well, they closed the gap before that throw could arrive.
He'll look to throw it. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. Nice work by the back here, playing safety valve complete. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. From the 43. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Now to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Trying to set this up quick.
An 8-yard loss brings up 4th down.
Desperation time here on 4th. That's cut beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So it's a win for the Vikings. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.